Guys, deluded, I'm back again. A quick vid just to make the point. Do you remember when I told you guys literally a few vids ago that Chelsea should go for Ramsey? What have the papers done? Went and linked Aaron Ramsey with Chelsea. Now, we might as well just speak about that. I mean, that is very much a possibility, but we might as well speak about it. Now, if I was Ramsey, there's a lot of things to consider. Why you have to consider Chelsea? I know it doesn't stand much weight because we're 6th and they're 5th, but we need to remember last year they won the Premier League title. They've got Hazard, they've got a stronger side, collective, individual quality. There's some really good players there. They won the Premier League last year, so clearly he'd be, well, they've won it twice before last time we won it in recent years. He'd be joining a side that is more competitive, that has a bigger chance of winning trophies, and any footballer wants to win trophies, so he'd be joining that. He'd stay in London. I'm pretty sure he's fairly established with his family and these things. I'm not going to go into a man's personal life, but he's very certain. He's spoken of wanting to play abroad one day, so I don't think he cares in that regards, and he is from Cardiff, so he's not afraid to be adaptable. But he wouldn't have to move ship and stuff. He'd be with Giroud and things like that. Not that matters, but yeah, in regards to, oh yeah, and like the fans would love him. And moving on from that, Chelsea would be getting. I say this lightly, but he's one of the closest things. Him and Dele Alli, the closest things you probably have to to how can Dele Alli be the closest to Dele Alli? Dele Alli and Aaron Ramsey are probably the closest thing to Lampard. And West Ham fans know about Lampard. Chelsea fans definitely know about Lampard. I mean, Chelsea are crying out for a goal-scoring threat because, I mean, Morata, for all the stick, he's got a decent amount of goals in comparison to the rest of the side. I say that lightly. Hazard's on 11. I think after that, Alonso is on 6. Fair enough, their midfielders are all different, so I'm not going to judge someone like Kante, my guy, on goal-scoring. And Bakayoko's that's not his strength, and neither has that been Cess. But I believe Cess is on 1 or 2. Bakayoko's definitely on 2. So they need someone that can score goals and dig them out of games. Yes, Williams chipped in, Pedro's chipped in, Hazard, but there's not really. I always tell you guys, midfielders don't score enough goals, and clearly Chelsea's don't, as well as Arsenal. Ramsey, he's got how many goals this year? He hasn't really before this year, the season before, he didn't really have the best of seasons. But if they get him fit and firing, that's a goal threat. You see Ramsey running behind and things, and with Chelsea, and if Conte's still there and he keeps them defensively intact with Kante and these others, Ramsey might have the license to go forward. People underestimate his building abilities and his passing abilities, but we know the tendency to go and grab goals. So if you imagine Ramsey's bringing in 10 minimum, Hazard's bringing in 11, well, he's not currently on 11, he should have more. Morata's bringing in a healthy return. Giroud's chipping in off the bench and doing what Giroud's normally doing. Willian, Pedro, even Alonso, there's talk they need another fullback. Chelsea, my friends that support Chelsea say that. That's not me. It helps them, innit? It'll be, for me, it's a no-brainer. It's a steal for Chelsea. Like, when you consider they spent how much on Barkley, it never happened. They missed out on Ox. They missed out on several players, but they've bought Bakayoko. I want him to have, he's a young black brother. I want him to have a success thing, in it, but it hasn't hit the heights, especially with the way that Monaco side was playing and how wavy everybody was. Hasn't hit the heights. They need their midfield talent. Barkley, I don't know what I'm going for Barkley. Chelsea fans, you know your club. I don't know his status, if he's fit, if whatever, yeah. He's not about in it. They spent 20, maybe even 30 on him. Surely 30, 40, maybe even less because it's Arsenal. For Ramsey, it's a no-brainer. Even if you keep him for a couple of years, he's 27, he's in the peak, and if he keeps playing well, you're making your money. He said he wants to play in Madrid and these clubs. You can make your profit. So for me, it's a no-brainer for Chelsea. For me, it's a real big possibility. His contract's up in 2019. We've shown we'll sell. It doesn't matter who you are, we will sell to you. So I personally believe Bellerin and Ramsey are off. If they're not, I'll hold my hands up. Not that it's a mistake. I just personally feel them two are off, in my opinion. Like, they're not going to be at this club. Ramsey ironically played coy after the AC Milan victory as well. He didn't exactly say this, but he said something along the lines of, I think I'm down the list, I think the club are trying to tie up other contracts. So is he not being rated? Does he want money to bring in parity and closer to Ozil? Does he want a pay rise? I don't know. I'm not a transfer man, innit? But that's my 2 pence on the situation anyways, man. Guys, deluded. I'm out.